We have two bills. Oh, I'm sorry. We have two bills. They are the Senate version and the House version of the same bill, and we will be holding them for further study. Could we get a vote on holding Senate Bill 442 and House Bill 6493, holding them for further study? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Been a motion by Representative Giraldo and seconded by Whip Kazarian. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Chairwoman Alzate.
Yes.
Representative Giraldo.
Yes.
Representative Kazarian. Yes. Representative Morgan. Representative Perez. Yes. Representative Potter.
Yes.
Representative Roberts.
Yes.
Representative Sanchez. Yes. Representative Slater.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So Senate Bill 442 is an act relating to education, names the Newport campus of the Community College of Rhode Island the M. Teresa Paiva Weed campus, and we have Chairman Abney with a House duplicate bill. Chairman Abney, if you want to say some words.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, and thank you for your patience. And before we get the hearing started, that's all of the members of the panel and the members who are waiting to testify also. Thank you very much for this process. This bill, this is the second year that this bill has been put in, and it's to name one of the campuses of CCRI, the Teresa Paiva Weed. I know this young person personally. I have known her professionally since I've been in Newport, and I do know that the campus is located in the part of city of Newport where a lot of people simply have to walk to school or to the store or something of that sort. And she grew up in that neighborhood. She knows it well. The people know her. The people know her family. They know how they worked their way out of poverty, and both her parents working and made something of themselves. So when you have a community that knows the individual, I know for a fact one of my granddaughters went to CCRI and graduated with honors, mostly because she knew Madam Teresa, and said, you know, I can do this. She's a great person. And I know there are people who don't like to name buildings after people who are still alive. I get that, and you'll see that on the floor if it makes it that far. But I do believe that because of her work and what she's been doing to make sure that that women and young minorities have a chance to go to school and see a person who's been through the same thing that they've been through, I think it's fitting. As I said, her parents are very humble. She graduated from college herself, went to law school, and served here at the highest levels in the Senate. So it gives a person the opportunity to feel good about themselves, but to know you have to work hard to get someplace in life. She's well known in our community for being a good churchgoer, and her parents, unfortunately, one of them has passed away, but they have been just stalwarts in the community. Her father is a veteran, and every year during the Veterans holidays, although he's well into his 90s now, he's still out doing his thing. So coming from a family like that, I think it deserves the opportunity for people to hear the case, you know, pro or con. And I would suggest that that if you find it in your hearts to rename the school, you're naming it after someone who's been there and done that in that particular community. She never lost touch with where she came from, and I think all of us have to figure that out in our own lives. She was not perfect, neither are any of us, but she does, till this day, still incentivize people to make something better of themselves, and I hope that you would look favorably upon this bill.
Thank you, Chairman. Do we have any questions for the Chairman? Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Quick question. Did she attend CCRI?
I don't know if she attended CCRI herself. I believe, that's okay. I think it was one of the schools on the island that she did attend, but I don't know if she attended that school herself. She spent a lot of time there. I have too with her, but I don't know.
Great. Thank you so much. Any
I have
other
a
questions?
question. Yeah. Thank you, Chairwoman. Chairman Abney, you know I have a lot of respect for you and the work that you do. But, I mean, I think my reputation speaks for itself, and I do have to ask you some questions, and I have some concerns as well about this proposal on this bill. According to her, without question, I don't want to question Miss Teresa Pave's record and all the work that she's done over the years, but I do have some concerns to share, and I think it's important to address the fact that when she was Senate President, from what I see here, she was not in support of LGBTQ plus non-binary communities marrying each other, and she was also delaying same-sex marriage as well in 2013 when she was Senate President. Again, you know, social issues are important to me. I focus more on economic issues, but social issues as up-and-coming generations. I'm 26, and I'm also in my community, in the Latino community, there is a staunch support, heavy support for opposition to gay marriage and LGBTQ plus IA communities. But I've taken it upon myself to break away from those narratives and break away from those chains because times are changing. You know, if we're going to be for equality on some things, we also have to deliver on other things. And so this is important. I graduated from CCRI. I went to a CCRI before attending Rhode Island College. And so, you know, in a way, this is personal, even though I'm not queer myself or I'm part of the LGBTQ plus community. But this is a concerning bill because as much as, you know, she was doing all the work over the years and being an empowering woman in politics, it seems like with her voting record and history on policies, she was against a lot of things that we believe in now in the Rhode Island General Assembly. So I just want to share those concerns and comments with you.
Well, thank you very much. I think you did two things that were good just now. One is that you gave your own personal perspective of the bill and of her. And number two, you stood up for the members of your community who may feel the same way. And that's what America is all about, you know. So the only thing I can say is seasons change as you grow as a legislator and as a person, and your experiences become different over a period of time. There may be things right now, as I did when I was in my 20s, a long time ago, that I saw from a different perspective, and I didn't have that opportunity many times to express that, but you did, and I'm glad that you did. But that does not still take away the relevance of what she has done and is doing for members of her community. But we all, you know, it's 75 of us in the House all together, and we all have our different perspectives, and I appreciate yours.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Rep. If any other questions? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Chairman. We'll see you upstairs.
Thank you very much.
So we have people who have signed up to testify. So we're going to call two people at a time. I have Christopher Anthony Badgett. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at something else. Charles, sorry about that. If you want to come up, you are speaking and you are against this bill. I have Megan Pereira, who is also speaking and is against this bill. It's your student government president and student government vice president. Is that okay? Is that okay? Like student president from where? CCRI? Oh, okay. All right, great. You have 2 minutes, please. If Charles, if you want to begin. Yeah.
How's that? Yeah. Okay. I do not like the sound of that. Okay, I am against this bill because although I am straight heterosexual male, you know, I can relate to my fellow students that are part of the Triangle Alliance. And I think it's unfair that we name this school after someone that is adamant against those rights. And especially seeing that we consider ourselves to be a quality school. And I think it's a slap in the face to my co-students, my fellow students that are in this lifestyle, that they are a part of this the student body that is not being represented by someone whose name is going to be on this building. And I just think it's something that should be thought about before it is passed along. That's pretty much all I have to say.
Yeah, thank you so much. Megan?
Good morning. I'm Megan, and the Vice President of the CCRI student body. Just a little bit about myself. I major in jazz studies. I play the bass, and the reason why I say that is because CCRI, we're a community, and we take in all these majors, general studies, nursing, all that stuff, and with, how should I say this? We're a community, and we accept anyone of any age, like my good friend Charles, and that includes race, sexuality, all that stuff. And I feel as if naming the Newport campus, one of our campuses that are known for having such like a big LGBT community is, like Charles said, a slap in the face, and also kind of hypocritical as well for, because we always say, CCRI, yeah, we love everyone. We take in everyone of our age and people who are have different sexual orientations, different genders, and honestly, I feel as if naming the Newport campus after that is not a good idea. And frankly, I kind of feel like it's a mouthful too, saying, oh, the Newport campus, it's the M. Teresa Pavia Weed campus. It's a big mouthful as well. But that's my stance, and I'm here with my president and also students and my student ambassadors from CCRI, and we all feel as if that, as students as well, that this bill should not pass. And that's all I have to say.
Great, thank you. Any questions for the witnesses? Yes, Rep.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a clarifying question. Thank you both for your testimony. Can you just restate your positions with the student body?
I am president of the student body.
And the vice president.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next two witnesses, I have, there's a name here. I'm so sorry, I cannot read it. You're against this bill, but you're not speaking. I have Elaine Surto Giustiano, who is, did I say that right? Yeah. Okay, you can come up. You're against this bill and you are speaking. I also have Rebecca Carroll, who is against this bill and is also speaking. Yes, you can come right up. Elaine, if you want to start.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, hello, my name is Elaine Soto Justiniano, and I am a resident of West Warwick and a current student at CCRI. I am here today to express my strong opposition to House Bill 6493. During my time at CCRI, I have had the privilege of serving as the Director of Student Relations for Student Government and as a Student Ambassador for CCRI. These roles have provided me with valuable opportunities to interact with a diverse range of students, enabling me to truly understand the importance of fostering an inclusive environment at our college. It is crucial that all students, including those who identify as LGBTQ, feel a strong sense of belonging at CCRI. We must protect and nurture this sense of community for everyone. It deeply troubles me to think about the potential consequences if our college campus is named after someone who voted against the rights of queer couples to get married. This situation could lead to feelings of ostracization among LGBTQ students, which is a fear that no student should have to experience. I implore you to seriously consider the impact of House Bill 6493 on our college community. Ensuring that CCRI remains a place where all students feel valued and accepted should be our utmost priority. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my concerns.
Thank you so much. Rebecca?
Good afternoon. My name is Becca Carroll. I live in House District 18 in Cranston. I'm a member of the queer community, and I'm a lifelong Rhode Islander. I'm currently earning my master's in public administration at URI, in addition to working full-time in higher education. I'm here today to voice my vehement opposition to House Bill 6493 and its Senate bill counterpart, and I urge you to vote no. Teresa Paiva-Weed, while certainly a groundbreaking woman in Rhode Island politics, was also a vocal and adamant opponent of marriage equality legislation. With her power as Senate President, she blocked any such bill from reaching the floor for years. When marriage equality did finally come to a floor vote in 2013, she voted no. Thankfully, the legislation passed despite her opposition, but the impact remains. Because of Paiva-Weed, Rhode Island was the last state in New England to grant gay and queer couples the right to marriage. And while she was using her power as Senate President to delay the legislation, queer and gay couples in this state did not have the same basic rights as their straight peers. It is deeply disheartening and discouraging that the General Assembly would consider putting the name of someone who does not support the rights of the LGBTQIA+ Rhode Island community on a community college campus, let alone any public building. As a public institution and Rhode Island's only community college, CCRI is meant to be a place that is welcoming and inclusive of all Rhode Islanders, not only those who are not part of the queer community. Naming a CCRI campus after someone who very publicly and clearly does not support the rights of the queer community would not only be a disgrace to Rhode Island, but would be harmful to the many faculty, staff, and students at CCRI who are part of the queer community, and to the queer community in Rhode Island as a whole. Right now, it is more important than ever that our elected officials show strong, unwavering support to queer and trans Rhode Islanders. Just this week, the Human Rights Campaign, for the first time in history, declared an unprecedented state of emergency for LGBTQIA+ people in the United States following a dangerous spike in anti-LGBTQ+ legislation sweeping state houses across the country. More than 75 anti-LGBTQ+ bills have already been signed, and more than 500 other bills are on the table as we speak. Queer and trans Americans are fleeing their home states because they can no longer access the health care they need, or for fear that they will be criminally charged simply for existing as themselves. Now is the time for Rhode Island to step up as a safe, inclusive space for LGBTQIA+ people. Those committee members who are planning to run for re-election or higher office, or who will be attending pride parades this month, should consider that Rhode Island is a progressive state with open-minded people of all backgrounds. Naming one of our community college campuses after someone who actively fought against the rights of queer people in this state does a direct disservice to all Rhode Islanders. Further, naming the campus after someone not directly associated with the college breaks the precedent already in place. CCRI's 3 other campuses are named after the college's past presidents, or in the case of the campus in Warwick, after the family who donated the land that the campus was built on. If the committee would like to proceed in naming the CCRI Newport campus after someone notable, I would respectfully suggest that you consider one of CCRI's past presidents. Or if you're seeking more of a Newport connection, the late Mayor Paul Gaines, the first and only Black mayor in Rhode Island, would make a far better namesake than someone who so famously opposed the basic rights of the queer community. I would also remind you that we are in the midst of Pride Month, which is meant to be a time of celebration and recognition of our community and history, not a time to put the names of anti-LGBTQIA+ politicians on public buildings where everyone is supposed to know that they belong. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
Thank you so much. Any questions for the witnesses? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have Roberto Catoni, who is a student. He's against the bill but not speaking, and Steve Alkowitz. He is against the bill and chooses to speak, correct? Yeah. Yeah.
This button's already up, so I can
Sure.
use this one.
Goldilocks.
No, honestly, they said it much better than I could, and most of the points were jumped on. But I am writing a story about this, and I do think that people will respond to this being done during Pride Month in a not very good way. And I think it would behoove you to listen to the people who spoke so eloquently here, because I think they made their case pretty well. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for the witness? Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Steve. I'm just curious. Obviously, you've been a reporter in Rhode Island for a long time. Has Teresa Paiva-Weed ever made any public statements after her position that would say that she's reconsidered her position?
I have
that
not
you're
heard
aware
that.
of?
No,
Okay.
I've never heard that.
Thank you.
I also have heard that she was definitely not a student at CCRI. So just as a previous point was made. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, thank you all so much. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Thank you all so much.